All right, the mouse housed me. He put me in the house. He put me away. I got in trouble. They sent me copyright notice, so I got in trouble. Oh well. Thanks a lot, mouse. We won't go through and play the stream anymore. I'll go through and pick pieces and not get in trouble. And we're gonna get, it's gonna happen anyway. So whatever. We're back. Let's do it again. That's fine. No strikes, no fouls. It's okay. So yeah, here we are again. Womp womp. So yeah, let's find the stuff I have been talking about. So we're into the deep fake stuff. Let's do it without any music. So this stuff is a lot of deep fake. This stuff, the deep fake stuff here is pretty fantastic the way that they did it. Now, they're going to talk about the egg technology here in a little bit. What up, Maximus? Yeah, I know. I was kind of baiting him. You know, when it's like Beetlejuice. Once you say the name so many times, little dude's going to come in and get you. So, yeah, it is what it is. I kind of knew it was coming. So, yeah, the mouse gave us the house. He put us in the box, and it is what it is. So, I told you that I kind of baited him. It is what it is. So, moving on. Yeah, so here's one of the things I was talking about a little bit earlier that I wanted to get to. I'll just pull clips. I'll just stop and pause and then bring it up without any real context and talk about it. So here is one of the things I was talking about, the Huckleberry. So I am very curious to see to hear if this is a shout out to Tombstone, a shout out to Doc Holliday, and something along those lines, just because it's kind of this is a Western. Tombstone is one of the most iconic Westerns. And that's a thing from there. Doc Holliday is getting approached by actually he's getting a shave, and his friend Wyatt Earp is getting called out by Johnny Ringo, and Doc Holliday in the middle of his shaving cream still on his face, sits up and tells him, "I'll be your Huckleberry. That's just my game." And that's kind of what I think when I look at this. That's a perfect code name because this is a sci-fi Western. This is a fantasy Western, basically. Yes, we are starting to get more of the Jedi and the Force in it and kind of guiding us along the path, but more so, this to me is nothing more than a Western. You've got gunslingers, you've got duels, you've got bounty hunters. That's a Western. So I'm really excited about this. I hope to one day get an interview with John or Dave and to find out if that had any influence on them. So, moving forward, I want to piss off the mouse. This technology, man, I tell you, this deep fake stuff is really fantastic. They talk about, Mark Hamill doing the scenes, and then the kid doing the scenes, and then Mark doing the scenes, and then the kid doing the scenes. And, both of them studying each other's movements so that they can help one another in the process. Like that's solid. Like George Lucas, had great actors, and here's the stunt guys. Actually, I'm going to rewind that and show that again. The stunt guys here are basically talking him through the movements, and you can see him getting direction from John and Dave, even to hand positioning with the Force, with the hilt here and the hand here. Like everything is proportionate, everything is perfect, and not just for eye line, but for style, right? Because that's what Luke would have done. So yeah, and then they're talking more about the ILM VFX stuff. This stuff is just gets my goosebumps going, because Mark is teaching the kid is teaching Mark, and we get the culmination of their project ends in this amazing scene. And that's, they talk about the Mark Hamill, the Return of the Jedi, George or Luke Skywalker that we love, right? And these scenes, they're talking about how they had a minimal set, they had a minimal crew on set for this. So during these scenes, there were very little crew because the secret had to be maintained. And so, I mean, all the other people were out in Santa Clarita shooting the Boba Fett Rob Rodriguez episode, while everybody else was back at Mother Home Base shooting these amazing scenes with Mark Hamill for the finale to keep most of the crew away and use a skeleton crew to make sure no leaks get out, to keep it as tight as we can. So yeah, these scenes right here are really, really refreshing. And I'm really excited about Mark Hamill being there. I kind of had a feeling, just because of the way that Luke was moving during the you walking, everything, all the mannerisms, everything looked right. So yeah, we're back. We're gonna, we'll let the mouse won this round. But yeah, they just put us down on that one. So yeah, they're talking about how Mark Hamill was there and giving direction and all that fun stuff. And then they go into a little bit about like this. Oh man, this stuff just gives me goosebumps. Like lighting that saber. I can't wait to get my hilt, or my I can't wait to get my blades for this lightsaber. I was waiting, I was trying to wait. So this is the egg. This is what I was talking about. This thing is rad. All right. Again, Lucasfilms coming out, ILM, VFX, Lucasfilms, they come out with the sickest technology. The sickest technology, right? So they call this the egg. All right. And basically it's got thousands of little LEDs, but the way that they do it is amazing because they did this all in one day, right? The producer talks about this, how they shoot something on set, they get the lighting stuff all ironed out, and then through computer magic, they send it over to the egg so that they can come in and do their facial expressions and their dialogue in the egg, hair out of the face, nothing else around them except for what it looks like 4 cameras. But the lighting in this thing is what's sick, right? The lighting here is generating the exact lighting that hits his face on set. So they take a lighting profile, they work their computer magic, then they zip it over to the computer that powers the egg, and then that computer goes ahead and does a little movie magic, and it totally sets the lighting for this stuff, right? I'm gonna risk getting housed by the mouse for this again. I have to, because this technology is gangster. This technology right here is some of the like the volume was a giant leap in technology. But this is like the icing on the cake, right? I mean, Disney has been revolutionizing television for years, from the green screen to the volume now. I mean, just the stuff that they do. But this is like the icing on the cake for ILM. This is going to change deep fakes. That's why this deep fake looked as good as it did, is because they're doing shit that is amazing. So I'm gonna risk the mouse. Come and get me, mouse. Bring it. But I'm gonna put this up because this technology is solid.
Let him drive that performance. And immediately following that, we walked him over to our lighting rig, which we call the egg, and basically recreated everything that he had just done. But doing that separately allows us to get ultra high resolution textures of his face and have ultimate control over very technical things involved with lighting and positioning and timing. So then we can take both of those performances, the one on set and the one in the egg, and use both of them to
shit.
The egg itself is
that shit is fucking amazing. These guys at ILM are on, these guys at Lucasfilms are a whole nother level. Like, everybody's playing fucking catch up. These guys are killing it. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm never going to get monetized. I got like 100 30 people watching my channel and 5 people here. The fact that the mouse even came in, the algorithm even gave a shit, staggers me. But yeah, this is just ridiculous. I mean, the fact that this thing can recreate any lighting sample in live motion too. So if it's like a flame scene, the lighting can like watch. This is just amazing.
Assemblage of thousands of little LED lights that we have control over and can animate. We can set lighting to match on set. We can add
Look at that
interactive
shit.
lighting. So it's not that dissimilar from the volume itself.
We would do a take, we would do a line,
She's gonna, yeah.
and then we would go through the dailies and actually live cut it into an edit where John and Dave and Peyton could make a select on a line delivery. And
See-
then from that, we would start giving it over to Lola and Trent at Lola, and they would program it into the egg so that as we were shooting, they were doing circle takes and feeding the egg at the same time. We had
See, that's how efficient they are. That's how Disney does it. Disney does not screw around when it comes to this stuff. And again, I'm horrible with names. I need to write his name on my board right here in front of me so I have it. The fact that one of the YouTubers that does deep fakes is going to have access to all of this technology, including all the lighting and the egg and the volume for all of his shit to do what he does, is fucking awesome. It is fucking amazing. Because if you thought this dude's stuff was good before, wait. Now that he's got all of the ILM and the Disney toys, his shit's going to be fire. Watch these Luke Skywalker cameos or these storylines with Mark's involved. George is on set. John and Dave are there. Man, if you're not excited for next year, I've been saying it all year. Marvel fans, get your chips out now. Cash out. Get on the Star Wars train. Get your channel some Star Wars love, because next year y'all are going to be crying, I don't have enough content. I don't have enough content to make any bullshit. You had your time. You've had years while Star Wars, the sleeping beast, has been in the back chilling out, eating cookies, getting fat. You've been out here doing your thing. Well, guess what? It's time to sit on the bench, Marvel, because Star Wars is coming out swinging. Both barrels, no holds barred. They're coming. And next year's going to be fucking fire. This is old stuff. We're seeing shit that happened earlier in the year. It's not happening. Cash your chips in, Marvel fans. Enjoy this last What If. Cash your chips in, because once Vision starts, it's over. It's over. Star Wars is taking over for the rest of the time. All right, let's get into some comments real quick before I dive back in. I mean, because this technology just is insane. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, Strike was saying, yeah, they have tons of power. They're just, flexing a little bit of muscle. It's basically a volume just for lighting. Yeah, and it's sick, bro. Like, just the fact that that helps the algorithm develop Luke's face, it's just technology, and technicians are amazing. Imagine going to work and getting to play. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. They get to go and play with things and design things over there at ILM. It's just the mothership of tech. I wish I have joined in, but I haven't seen Gallery yet and have to leave. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, X-Wing is doing another stream tonight, talking about some of this, I guess. I just saw that in the Discord when I was posting up the second batch. Didn't mean to step on anybody's dick, but here we are. And he can have more viewers anyway. Let's be honest. He's bigger. Yeah. Coffee Corbin. Have fun, my brother. We'll see you soon. Watch this shit before X-Wing stream so you can get in on the talk theme. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this, like I said, this technology it's just fire.
do this whole thing in one day. One day with Mark, one day with the egg. It was a very long day, as you can probably imagine. Part of the secrecy too, right?
Anybody that doesn't need to be up here, if we could clear, thank you.
Yeah, anybody that doesn't need to be here, get out. Leave. Because Mark Hamill's coming on set.
We're going to be shooting with these characters on set. Most of the company was going to be out on location at Simi Valley for Robert Rodriguez's episode. And so the shooting crew that was going to be kept behind for the moment when, Mark Hamill walked on set was going to be the smallest possible team we needed to get the work done, to give us the best chance possible to keep this secret.
I said to the guys,
I mean, that's just it, man. They absolutely kept it a secret. And I mean, Mark Hamill goes into talking about how he kept the Luke and Vader connection, although for a year and a half without social media and without technology and without all this shit. And now he's, everybody's biting their fingernails every day, wondering if, somebody's going to do what they did to Spider-Man and release it a day before. I mean, it's such a crazy time. So, yeah, man, it's amazing. Like this whole Luke thing is just fun. I'm glad that they brought him back. And it shows that John and Dave are fans. They're not just, these simp boys that everybody talks shit about, right? Dave and John aren't these woke simp assholes, right? It's not in their DNA, right? They're fans just like us, right? I mean, you can hear it.
The whole thing is done. We had to keep Mark.
The whole thing, the whole time. Like these guys are fanboys like us. They just happen to. Okay, I love this shit. I don't care. Again, I'm gonna get House. The fact that they made artwork showing that it was Plo Koon and not Luke, to the extent where they made a 3D printed mask to fool people and take pictures and throw people off the game. That's smart. Because all the other shit got released. The Boba, Tamora playing Boba got released. Katie Sackhoff playing Bo-Katan got released. There were rumors about Sasha Banks being Sabine, but it didn't happen. So there's all these rumors and all these leaks. And the fact that they kept this one under their hat until basically day of, there were rumors, everybody was talking, but no one really knew. And the fact that they disguised it like this is just smart. It's just good. It's just good, smart producing. That's it. So
Creating some temporary.
The fact that, again, I do feel like, and here's that stuff again, if I get housed, I get housed. They made a 3D printed model of him.
A lot of people, if Plo Koon from the script got out, would assume, well, of course, because Dave likes Plo Koon.
Right.
So,
and that's the thing. Everybody was expecting, everybody would go along with it. Here's that scene. I'm going to go back. It looks so funny in live action. It looks so funny in live action. The head is enormous compared to the body. Come on. Come on. Show it to me. That is not it. That is definitely not it. Oh, did I go back too far? I think I might have gone back too far. Oh, yeah, I might have gone back too far. How did that happen? Oh, that's funny. Okay. Oh, maybe I didn't. Did I go back too far? No, okay, I didn't. I didn't go back far enough. Where is it? Okay, here it comes. Yeah, so the fact that like this head was huge and it looks so weird. There it is right there. I just want to pause it. That looks hilarious. Come on. That looks hilarious. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's so good. That should be a meme. You don't know who I am under this mask. Oh my God. That's hilarious. Yeah. So that's one of my favorite things in this whole thing. That's awesome. Yeah. So I mean, this whole thing has been very pleasing, right? It's really great to see. And I've been saying it, man. If you're not listening, I've said it in every stream. I've said it to everybody. If you're not paying attention and you're not listening, Dave and John are the team. And there's none of this simp woke shit that all these guys want to talk shit about Dave Filoni because he believes in feminine, because he believes in feminism, because he believes women should have the same opportunities as us, as men. So the fact that Dave and John are doing so much good stuff, let the haters hate. I encourage it. Hate as much as you can. because you're just gonna get it. You're just gonna get your boomerang. In the end, you're just because these guys are gonna continue to make amazing content. They're not gonna stop. So I do feel like the directors of this could have done a little bit more to protect their directors. Could have done a little bit more, but at the end, it is what it is. I love that the mouse housed us. I love that the mouse gave us a little bit of attention. That kind of makes me giggle. But aside from that, I think that I'm glad everybody's here. Let's see. Is it going to tell me? Yeah. Wait. So yeah, I think it's good stuff, man. A lot of people are appreciating this Luke love. Jon Favreau.
You could hear any John Williams.
Are you a Jedi?
I am.
Everything up to that point had been original music by Ludwig, and that's the first time you could hear any John Williams music. And that also, let's never underestimate the importance of John Williams, because that's part of what makes Star Wars Star Wars. And so for us,
yeah, these guys pay a lot of homage to the people from the past. I would have loved to have seen
all that, feed it into the system, and they were able to.
I would have loved to have seen
and
this
clean recorded ADR from the original films, a book on tape he had done from one of those eras, and then also
I would have
Star
loved to have
Wars
seen
radio
this
plays he had
scene
done back in that time.
during Mandalorian. During that finale, I would have loved to have seen George Lucas going on set, maybe at the end of the take, maybe at the end of the shoot, and just walk up to Mark and say something along the lines like, "You still got it, kid," or something along like that. Would have made my day in this if they would have had just a scene of him patting him on the back, something along that line would have been fantastic. Let's see what Strike has to say. Strike says, it's good to see Mark being happy about Star Wars story. If you could see, yeah. I mean, the fact that Mark Hamill's on set and the fact that Mark Hamill seems happy is a big deal, man. The fact it means he's behind what they're doing, and that's what I've been saying for a year. If you're not listening to what I'm saying, pay attention, because these guys are going to lead us in the future. And if people like George Lucas and Mark Hamill are behind the stories that they're telling and are interested in seeing the future of those stories, then who are we to stay out of them? Who are we to judge them? All right, let's see. They struck me down. Now I will become more powerful than they could possibly imagine. If only that were true. All right.
So I was able to get clean recordings.
So let's go. They're talking about just ingesting the media into the algorithm that created Luke's retro face. Let's see.
Tones from younger Mark Hamill, and
Yeah, see, and they still talk. They're going to continue to talk about that for a while, about the ingest. Now they do mention something here.
things. Even now, there's blockchain technology, like we talk about.
Right. They mention chain codes and how chain codes are used in the Star Wars universe, and how basically, this technology is going to get out of hand and you're not going to know what's real and fake anymore. And so these guys, I mean, that's basically what NFTs are, is what he's describing. So let's see where else we got here.
And like in Fantasia, when the wizard comes in, and we have all of these wonderful technologies available.
we were getting into it, and I said, well,
Oh, see here.
if we
And
bring
this is
responsibility.
so this is a big scene for me. I think I'm going to do a video on it. I might even, but yeah, this is a big one for me, guys. I'm going to show you something that's pretty, again, if they strike me down, they strike me down. But this scene here, they start talking about R2, and I'm a firm believer.
In the same frame and talk to him. You don't ever imagine that. And it's a huge responsibility to put that character next to those characters. I remember the look on John's face when we were talking about the scene and we were getting into it. And I said, well, if we bring Luke in, you get R2. And John was like, R2.
That was always my favorite character when I was little.
Me too,
Oh my
John.
God, did I want? They didn't have even the toys of it or anything. They had the little figures. If I could have like a radio control one like they have now, I mean, I would have lost my mind.
You know that you see someone's inner child. And I saw in John, I saw in him that young person that first saw Star Wars. It was right there in front of me when I mentioned R2. And so I immediately did a sketch of R2 talking to Grogu. And I was like, the moment we want is the one that's like when Wicket meets R2.
In post, we reanimated his little lights. That was
That's a
well done,
beautiful
actually,
scene.
for his
I don't
lens that's,
I don't know
like,
many
moves
other
around
people
and kind of gives you an indication of
however
where he's
other
moving,
people
what
feel
he's
about
thinking.
that.
We took an
But that's a beautiful scene. That just continues to show me the depth that Dave Filoni has and the depth that he sees, right? He sees his buddy, right? I mean, this scene for me is probably one of the most important scenes. To me, I believe that R2 and Grogu actually remember each other. I think this scene is important to me because I think they're having a conversation, and I think that as soon as Grogu sees R2, he lets his guard down. He comes out from behind or from the side of Din Djarin, and he approaches R2. He's not afraid of R2. And R2 gets very excited when he sees Grogu. Very, very excited. So for me, these two know each other. They saw each other at the temple. They interacted. And maybe, just maybe, R2's the one that put Grogu in a ship and sent him on his way. We don't know. Maybe we'll get a flashback or something. So yeah, these scenes right here with R2 and Mark Hamill, I bet those were something absolutely special. I bet those scenes were just amazing.
And I was fine. And then R2D2 rolled on. And I just had a moment where R2D2 was there. And that's when I broke down. And it felt, I didn't understand why. It felt silly, but I started tearing up. And I just was like, let me remember this moment. And even now, I'm sort of moved. I don't understand why. I really don't. I don't understand why.
Because it moved you, my brother. Because that's something you remember as a child. I've had an R2 in some way, shape, or form in my life, in my car, in my existence, in some way, shape, or form my entire life. So I get where John's coming from. It's something that's very ingrained in us.
The Grogu puppet is so believable. Deja vu with Yoda. I mean, Yoda was so real to me.
I just thought when I was watching the episodes, I said, I've got to meet the child. And it's justified because I'm the only one that has any experience with his species.
That's right. That's another reason. That's another reason that Luke is so important in The Mandalorian. That's one of the main reasons that Luke is so important. Regards to Grogu, he's the only person, maybe other than Ahsoka Tano, that has had experience with Master Yoda, with his species. And Ahsoka mentioned it in her episode, how she knew another of his kind and how Ahsoka and Grogu knew each other in the Jedi Temple. And that's why this is so impactful. Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano are the only two that have witnessed Master Yoda. It's beautiful, man. It's just beautiful poetry. Strike. What Strike got to say before we get back into the unpause? People on set are like, yeah, that's fucking Luke Skywalker, right? Yeah, man. You got to remember, this is some heavy shit, man. I'm a technician, and if I'm on a set of this show anyway, I'm shitting my pants every day I come to work because I'm working on this amazing content. But then you tell me that one of the people I grew up to watching and an icon is going to come on set, or I don't even know. He just shows up in attire, in full wardrobe and makeup. I lose it. I lose my shit. Let's continue. We're almost done. We got about 5 minutes left of playtime.
Go on.
I mean, these, like I said, I wish they would have protected this guy a little more.
This amazing John Williams score. But I said, I think we want to introduce a little bit of that into the.
I wish they would have protected dude a little more, the director. But this stuff is amazing. If you're not on board with everything that John and Dave are doing, just pack it up. Just pack it up. Because this stuff is so powerful. It's just amazing. So, to finish up, because we're about done, I just want to thank everybody who came to watch. Yes, we got housed by the mouse, and I just put up a new video, a new stream real quick so we can get back into it.
Makes you grateful that you're doing what you're doing. And to hear Peyton react and Dave react.
Celebration, right? But
really, really thrill. They are the most loyal at so much. And for me to see them enjoying it so much. We love the fans. I mean, if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. They are the most loyal, passionate group of people that I've ever encountered. I just have a deep gratitude to their enthusiasm over the years. I never expected that, and it's just been something that I really cherish.
this job is great in so many ways. And I think people think the job is great because we get to tell the story, because we do these effects, because we get these experiences, because we go to Celebration, right? But also great is just standing on the side and watching somebody, you know, again, like I said, I saw the child inside John that he experienced Star Wars. I see it with Peyton. You see your crew just staring at Mark, and you realize they're remembering what it meant to them. And you realize that you've been a part of constructing something that's giving that experience to people, this good feeling, which fundamentally Star Wars should deliver a good feeling.
Thank you,
an
Dave.
Uplifting feeling in you and your family, your kids, whatever.
And that's Dave Filoni. That's why he's such a fucking boss. Because he's like us. He's a fan. I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of Star Wars. If you're not excited for the future of Star Wars, cash your chips in. Take a trip. Because for the next 12 months, all you're going to hear is Star Wars. So I think I'm going to end it, guys, with my lightsaber on the shelf, unboxed and looked at. I think the next time you're going to see that is when I get my blades, or my blade, my single blade. But I just want to let you guys know I appreciate you being here. I haven't streamed a lot on my own lately. Did they get me again? Oh shit. Damn.